Hello there and welcome to the Star Wars Showcase YouTube channel. Today's video is dedicated to our Black Series Phase 2 Clone Trooper, a long-awaited release for both new and veteran fans of the Black Series. Let's take a look. Alright, if we are judging things by chronology, this is actually the second release of this particular sculpt that we've had for our new clone troopers. The Target exclusive Commander Oppo features all of these improvements, but this is the first time that we're getting it in just that plain white, Revenge of the Sith / Clone Wars Phase 2 clone trooper look. And in my mind, this is the best clone trooper sculpt that we have to date. I know that can be a controversial thing to say, as a lot of people have their different preferences. And I know many clone trooper fans are, measuring things in the millimeters when it comes to accuracy and detail. But this figure here has a ton of improvements over our previous releases, with really great articulation in those arms. You're seeing the plates over his shoulders as well as his knees, featuring some big upgrades over the release that was done in 2020. And on top of it all, we're getting things like a removable helmet, as well as double trigger fingers on both of our hands. So it's a lot of little improvements that really come together on a figure that I think really squashes that original, more gorilla-armed clone trooper release. I really love getting him down in this kind of kneeling pose here, as those unattached knee pads here allow for more articulation without the unnatural look. And on top of that, I really love the unhelmeted look here, as I think that allows us to really diversify our clone trooper ranks a lot more than just some different armor patterns, but a mixture of helmeted and unhelmeted looks allows us to really just, I think, build out a fuller squad. And having these head sculpts on hand also gives you the chance where if you have your basic troopers, you can remove the inner head sculpt, add your own custom helmet on top of things, and then use that extra clone head on one of our older releases like one of our ARC troopers. In terms of armaments for this particular trooper, we're getting what you always get with your clone troopers, one of those longer rifles and one of the shorter ones as well. But the addition of the new trigger fingers that we're getting for this particular release means that this guy can really hold those clone pistols very well, in addition to being able to grip these blasters that he comes with two hands in a way that some of our older releases really couldn't. So when you add on the articulation, when you add on the double trigger fingers, all of a sudden this figure is able to take just about any blaster and even be able to aim that down the sights, which I think was really the biggest shortcoming of a lot of our previous clone releases that Rex and Bly 1 excluded, that were really unable to do this. They could only fire from the hip. And so I just really think that the improvements that have been made here, some leaps and bounds over that 2020 release that we first saw with the Camino Security Trooper, make this not a perfect figure. I still think there are some things that could be done with the helmet, but I think a more full figure that is closer to perfect than perhaps any previous release that we've ever had here. So I'm a big fan of these guys. I picked up a whole bunch, as I will also be doing some different customization work, as I think they have just a great base template, and obviously the plain white armor gives you a lot more room to do different paint or weathering applications. So all in all, I'm a big fan of this. I know there are many in the community who are split, so let me know down in the comments below if you agree with the thoughts that I'm putting forward here, or if you disagree and think there's either better full figures or different elements of figures when it comes to our Phase 2 clone troopers. So thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate your support. If you are interested in watching more content like this, please make sure to check out our full playlist of other Black Series releases, as well as different tips and tricks for customizing action figures of your own.